This book, The Spider Weaver, is a genre or type of folk tale that is a legend. It is told as a narrative that features human actions believed to have taken place in the past. Legends usually offer an explanation of how someone or something came to be. In this case, it is kente cloth. Kente cloth is a beautiful fabric that comes from the West African country of Ghana. The Kente people have lived in Ghana for thousands of years. Have you ever thought of how people got clothes before there were stores or online shopping? They had to make their own. To do that, they first had to make fabric, and that was difficult. Cotton plants or silkworms provided the fibers that were used to make thread. Then weavers put the threads on a loom, which is a device that weaves the threads together to make cloth. Weavers were important members of the village. This job probably went to someone with artistic ability. Everyone wants to look their best, and just like today, clothes were a way of expressing yourself. This is the legend of how two weavers changed fashion in a country of Ghana. Fashion went from plain and simple to vibrant and flashy. The Spider Weaver, A Legend of Kente Cloth, by Margaret Musgrove, illustrated by Julia Carnes. Once, long ago in the Ashanti village of Bonwuri, in the country of Ghana, there lived two expert weavers. One weaver was called Nana Karagu, the other was Nana Amayo. These men wove a simple cloth called Nuen Natoma, and everyone from the king of the Ashanti people to the lowliest apprentice wore it. Late one night, Karagu and Amayo went into the great Ashanti forest to check their traps for grass cutters, animals that they would bring home to roast. On this night, they found grass cutters in all three of their traps. The weavers were very thankful. Karagu and Amayo were returning home when Amayo stopped suddenly. The light from his lantern had fallen on an amazing sight, glowing like moonbeams against the midnight sky. "Come, look, my friend," Amayo whispered to Karagu. "I see a small miracle." The small miracle was actually a web, but never before had either of them seen such a wondrous design. Yet it had been woven with a single unbroken thread, a thread that was even finer than a strand of human hair. "Let's bring this treasure home with us to study," Karagu whispered to Amayo. Amayo carefully detached the web from where it held fast to a banana tree. But as he did, the web collapsed, sticking to his fingers. "Oh, it is ruined," Karagu cried. "Now how will we ever learn to weave this beautiful design?" Saddened, the weavers walked home. Their discovery was lost forever. When the men entered their village at dawn, Amayo's wife Afia came out to meet them. Afia offered them a calabash filled with cool water to drink. Neither man spoke as he ate, and for this reason, Afia could sense that something was wrong. "Please tell me what troubles you," she said. "It is a beautiful web," her husband answered sadly. "When we tried to bring it home from the forest to study, it crumpled in my hands and was ruined." "Do you think you could find another one like it?" Afia asked quietly. Karagu was doubtful. This web was very different, very special, and no creature ever spins the same web twice. "Perhaps what happened was a blessing," Afia suggested gently. "Though you cannot find the same web again, perhaps you can find the same weaver." And that is what Karagu and Amayo set out to do. Early the next morning, they eagerly made their way through the bush. Past the tall silk cottons and papaya trees, they found the banana tree where they had first seen that extraordinary web. Sure enough, in front of them were the beginnings of a new masterpiece. In no time, a slender black leg emerged from the shadows and rested lightly on the silk threads. Amayo and Karagu could see the creature clearly now. The master web weaver was a lovely, large, yellow and black spider. As soon as they saw the spider, the men felt terrible for wrecking the magnificent web the night before. Now they could see that the web was a beautiful spider's home. Longing to take the web home with them, The weavers looked at each other, but neither of them wanted to destroy the spider's home a second time. They were about to leave when the spider looked directly at them and began a weaving dance. Dip, twist, turn, and glide. The spider made her way across the bed and back over the web. She moved like a woman dancing, regal and very graceful. The spider wove on and on into the afternoon, and the weavers stood still in admiration as they watched her. At dusk, the tired but satisfied spider completed her creation. The spider moved sideways to the edge of the web, but before disappearing into the shadows, she turned in the direction of Amayo and Karagu. In that brief moment, the men were quite certain that she smiled at them. Then, in the blink of an eye, she was gone. The beautiful spider had shown the weavers how to weave new intricate designs. What a wonderful teacher she had been! What a wonderful gift she had given them! With great joy they returned to their village. In time, the weavers redesigned their looms so they could imitate the spider's weaving dance. At first they copied her patterns in black and white thread. But soon they dyed their threads in bright colors and developed many new patterns themselves. And they named this new woven cloth Kente Nuen Natoma, what today is commonly called Kente cloth. Everyone in the village wanted to wear this new cloth, but at first only the king of the Ashanti people wore it on special occasions. As time passed, others were allowed to wear this new cloth too. Soon the two weavers were well known across Ghana, and because of the spider's generous gift, they created designs and patterns that are still worn throughout the world today. The end. Many legends include animals as characters in the story. I like the way the author appreciated the influence that the spider's amazing web had on the weavers. Many artists are influenced by something they observe in nature. This story is widely known among the people in Ghana. Kente cloth is worn by leaders in different African countries. In the United States, Kente cloth is worn as a statement of pride in African heritage. Students often wear a strip of kente on their gowns when they graduate. The patterns, colors, and symbols printed in kente cloth all have meaning. A type of kente cloth is called a kindra. A kindra cloth has many symbols printed on it which can be read like a book. The next book is about a kindra cloth.